Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the New River Network's coverage of high school football. I'm Greg Chris, joined by Chris Rader tonight. We got Lucas Berry down on the sideline somewhere, and, of course, Darren here in the booth with us, Robert Polly out there on the camera. We appreciate everybody joining us for this final regular season game. And, Chris, it's hard to believe we are at number 10 already in the season.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like we were doing a Nicholas County game to open the season,
Yep.
And then we blinked. And here we are, season finale. So,
Yep.
yeah, it always goes by too quick.
Yep, sure does. And this is a pivotal game here for Oak Hill tonight. It's been a magical season. They come in here at 8-1. University, of course, always, and I don't know, I don't know how familiar people are around here with University, Morgantown High, those teams up in the northern part of the state. But this is a formidable opponent tonight, and that record is a bit deceiving. They're 4-5 on the year, but they're an awful good football team, and I think it's going to be a big challenge for Oak Hill. And like I said, it's an important game for Oak Hill. If they can win tonight, they will secure home field at least for the first round. And that would be huge. And I think it's, of course, motivation for them tonight. University comes in, again, 4-5, this playing out their season. This will be their last game of the year. So you don't know how that will impact the game. But I think from Oak Hill's standpoint, they've got to be highly motivated to play this game.
I think it's going to be a good measuring stick for going into the playoffs next week. And you said it correctly. University comes in at 4-5. And if you're a casual fan that follows Oak Hill and maybe you don't follow teams around the state, you could look at those records and go, that's a game Oak Hill should get.
Right.
To give you an idea, tonight will be the fifth game that University has played against a current AAA playoff team.
Yep.
As a point of comparison, Oak Hill has played one of those games, and that's against Princeton. So they have already a win over Wheeling Park, which is a playoff team. They took Morgantown to the wire last week.
Yep.
So this will be a very tough game tonight. You can make the argument, and this is just my opinion, at worst, University might be the second best team on Oak Hill's schedule.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Them and Princeton. And, I work up there in the Morgantown area, and I'm up there all week, and I hear and talk to folks that are familiar with the programs up there, and they were telling me yesterday that this is a pretty good University football team, and that it should be a heck of a ball game. Oak Hill, I mean, what can you say about them? They've just scrapped and hung in games all year and won them at the end. It's been a great season for them. Even a loss tonight wouldn't kill their playoffs, but you don't want to go limping into the playoffs. You want to go in riding a high note, so I'm sure that's their motivation. And Oak Hill will be kicking off to start the contest. I think University High won the toss. They deferred to the second half. So Mr. Pino will kick it away for Oak Hill, and we are underway. And a squibbing onside kick, and again, looked intentional. They did that last week. We couldn't decide if they were doing that on purpose or to try to keep it away from the return men, or just missed it. But that looked like that was
that looked like a true one-side kick to me.
That looked intentional, yep.
But you're putting University in business now at their own 48.
And, again, we talked about that all last week with the great field position that Woodrow had all night long. And, of course, the defense stood tough and were able to keep them contained. But we'll see tonight how this thing goes. University comes out, starts their first drive on their own 48-yard line. Great field position to begin with.
And, Greg, we're going to see University. They're not doing it tonight, but right to this play. But they will use an H-back a lot.
Yep.
Which is something you don't see as much anymore.
Right. Yeah, you don't see that. And I mentioned that Coach Kelly had been there forever, a long-time coach at University, and I'm sure we're going to see some old school things. Man, it's been there that long and been so successful as he's been. You'll probably see some old school stuff. Quarterback Luke Hudson that time gives the handoff to Josh Jorge, and he gets it ahead for a nice gain. Picks up about 5 on that one. Hudson in the pistol formation. 4 receivers. He's going to throw. He does this a lot. And he's looking deep, and it is hauled in. It looks like by Jorge. Official now says incomplete. And looked like the back judge called it incomplete immediately, but then waited on the line judge to make the call, and they called incomplete, so it'll bring up third down.
Well, Greg, tonight we will see University really test Oak Hill secondary. They come in tonight. Their quarterback, Luke Hudson, has over 2,300 yards passing for the season. We were talking before the game. You don't see a lot of kids with those kind of passing stats in high school, so they will really put the ball up. They don't do a lot on the ground, but they're going to test the Oak Hill secondary tonight.
Absolutely, yep. Same formation, 2 receivers split each side. Jorge in the backfield. Hudson drops to throw again. Got a man open down the seam and just overthrows him. Incomplete. Pass there was intended for, looks like Ethan Jackson, and he was open. The pass just overthrown slightly.
Yeah, you're right. He had him down the seam, and that's going to be Hudson's main guy he's looking for tonight. Jackson comes in with some impressive receiving stats himself. He had 59 catches for 964 yards and 11 touchdowns coming in, so he's a true weapon, and he was open that time. It was just off his hands, but that's a great – I was going to say it's a great stop, but it looks like University's keeping their offense out there.
Offense out there, yep. Same formation as the last time. Again, looking at 4th and 5. Hudson feeling the pressure, rolls to his right, throws down the sideline. He's got a man open, and it's complete. Ethan Jackson, a 5'8" junior.
Yeah, Hudson did a nice job that time of just rolling out. He had Jackson on a little corner pattern.
Yep.
He put it in there. Yeah, it keeps the drive alive for the Hawks.
Gets it all the way down to the 23, so nice pickup there. It's a 34-yard completion.
Hudson's a good athlete, and I was talking to Rob Long. He'll run it, but he runs to extend the play, not to tuck it. He'll run just to extend it and let receivers break open.
Right. And that looked like a designed rollout there as the pressure came from the backside. They kind of let that guy go, and he rolled to his right. He's got 3 receivers out to the left this time. Looking that way. Throws again down the seam. Receiver Jackson had his back turned, didn't see it coming, and I believe it's going to be incomplete. Get a look here. We might be able to see. Can't really see, but it looked like it hit the ground.
Malachi almost had him a pick, though. Yep. Yeah. They tried to get Jackson down the seam that time, and Malachi read at that time. Now, something we can look for tonight. Last week, Oak Hill put Malachi at a corner and brought him up from his safety position and put him on man on Elijah Redford. They might do the same with Jackson tonight if they're having trouble covering.
Right. Yeah, and he's been open a couple times. He was open that time. He just had his back turned, didn't know it was coming.
Now, they're going with that H-back set this time.
Yep. Nice move by Jorge. Gets away from the first man, but then he's racked up by...
That's Tyler Ashmore,
Tyler Ashmore with the tackle after a pickup. Looked like of about 2.
Now, they do not have much of a running attack. I was looking at their team stats before the game today. As a team coming into the game, they only had 775 yards rushing as a team. As a point of comparison, Oak Hill coming in has over 1,800 yards rushing as a team. So they like to put the ball up.
Yep, sure do. You mentioned the H-back, Brock Kaler. He's 6'3", 230 pounds, so he's HIJK back.
And usually, wherever he's going, he'll take you to the ball. They like to run behind him when he's in the game.
Right. He's back in that formation again. He's in the pattern this time. Hudson looking right, going deep down the sideline, and just overthrown and incomplete again. Pretty well covered that time.
That was actually terrific coverage that time by Z. Lewis.
Couldn't really see it on the live. Lewis almost intercepts.
Yeah, he almost had the pick that time. Had a really nice job that time. Got his head around. That's one of my pet peeves. You see that a lot in college and the pros. A guy will be in good position, won't get his head turned around. Yeah. He did.
Yep.
Looks like they're going to try to kick a field goal. It's pretty good long kick. 39 yards.
Yep. Khalil Lewis was the intended receiver on that one. And the kick here by John Coleman. It's going to be about a 39-yard field goal attempt. Left-footed. Kicks it up. He's got the distance. And it is good. So a nice kick there by John Coleman. Puts the Hawks on top. First, 3-0. So good drive by the University High Hawks to get the field goal. Good kick, 39-yarder.
So we know they have a weapon in the kicking game because that was a 39-yarder, and he had plenty to spare on that. So that makes, it's always interesting with the kicking game. That makes their decision-making sometimes a little easier. They know they got a kid they can bring out there, and even from, 39, 40, maybe 45 yards, try a field goal.
Yep. Yeah, that's a nice weapon to have, 39-yard field goal. Again, not something you often see in high school. So, we know from Ethan Vargo last year and the year before that kicker can come in handy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice weapon to have.
But if you're Oak Hill, you'll take that as a win, too.
Absolutely.
If you can hold them to field goals instead of touchdowns, you'll take that, especially considering that they started on their own 48-yard line after the kickoff.
Yeah, after that field position, you got to feel good about that. So University set to kick off now to Oak Hill, get their first possession of the game. And looks like Coleman is the kickoff man as well.
Coleman's also their second leading receiver. He had 35 catches coming in, so he kind of does everything for the Hawks.
Again, left-footed kicker. And he boots it away, and it is deep, and it's going to go into the end zone for the automatic touchback.
It's really nice to have a weapon like, again, you don't always see a lot of kids in high school that can do that. And we've mentioned earlier this year, Ethan Vargo Thomas spoiled us. He was able to do that for 3 years. Mm-hmm. So when you can do that and pin a team back at their 20 to start their possession, that really helps your defense.
Yep, booming kick into the end zone gives Oak Hill their first offensive possession of the night on their own 20 is where they'll start.
Now, on defense, you definitely want to watch Brock Keller. You mentioned he's the H-back. Rob Long told me he is a really impressive middle linebacker, and he looks the part. He's even got the neck roll, man. How many neck rolls you see anymore?
All right. Here's Mal Lewis in the backfield. Looks to throw. Pressure comes, and he's dropped. And coming off the left side.
Number 27, Marcus Niska.
Yep, Marcus Niska there immediately before the Oak Hill tackle even could get a hand on him. He just kind of blew by him right there. I think it might have surprised Desmond Mack just a little bit. He got by him before he was almost like he wasn't quite ready.
Yeah, I think Malachi was looking deep that time. He was looking down the field. But, yeah, Niska came in and blew that play up for Malachi had a chance to find his man.
Yep, loses about 7 on the play. Ball back to the 12. Here's J.D. Moritz with the carry up the middle. And J.D. going to be stopped there by Malik Lewis.
So not a position you want to be in. 3rd and long here, backed up inside your 20. You don't want to – nothing stupid here. No turnovers. The worst thing you want to come out here with is a punt. Yep. Now, last week against Beckley, Oak Hill made all its hay on 3rd and longs, but I guarantee you Coach Marion would tell you don't want to live like that.
Right. Yeah, they had some amazing plays on 3rd down last week, and we just kept talking about it. You get way behind the chains and have a big play, and it happened 5 or 6 times, just demoralized Woodrow. Like you said, you don't want to make a habit of that. Here's Malachi Lewis, drops the throw. Pressure comes, and he's going to be dropped, and the ball gets away from him. It goes into the end zone, and there's a scramble for it. Finally, Oak Hill covers it, and that is going to be a safety. And University will get the 2 points. So, fortunately for Oak Hill, University didn't cover it up. They had a chance to. It would have been a touchdown had they been able to get a hold of it, but Oak Hill recovers it. And that is going to be a safety for 2 points, and that moves the score to 5-0. And Oak Hill will have the free kick now from the 20. So, again, we talked about bad things that could happen on that play. That was one of them. And I think Malachi kind of, I don't know if he got surprised there. He kind of spun out there nicely, but somebody was there waiting on him. And I don't think he saw the man knock the ball loose from him and goes into the end zone.
If you're Oak Hill and if you're Coach Marion, what's concerning you about this is they're getting pressure without blitzing.
Right.
So if you can get pressure with 4 men, that's going to be tough.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really going to be tough if they can just rush forward and get pressure on Malachi. And so far, they've been able to blow up 2 pass plays. Yep. So they're going to have to make some adjustments in their protection.
Yeah, the bad thing about that is it wasn't only, not only to get the sack, but they got it quick.
Yeah.
Which gave him no time. In other words, even to throw a quick out pass, it's the pressure come immediately as soon as he stepped back. All right, so it looks like Pino's going to kick it off. You can kick any way you want here on this, punt it or kick it and off the ground, and that's what he's going to do, use the tee to kick off. So we'll see what they decide to do here. They kicked it short last time with the onside kick. This time he boots it away down the middle. He squibs it. Picked up by Kaler at the 40, cuts over to the 50, now across the 40 of Oak Hill, down to the 30. Big man on his way down the field, all the way down inside the 10 before he's finally knocked out of bounds down there.
Carson Treadway saved a touchdown, but Brock Keller showing he's not just a big middle linebacker. He can move too. Showed good speed that time, getting down the sidelines.
Yep, nice run back by Kaler. Gives University a great field position here. For their second drive, they start on the Oak Hill 6. So a disastrous turn of events for Oak Hill here on the safety and then the free kick. Keller brings it back.
Keller's lined up in that H-back position on the left. Let's see if they try to go behind him.
53 yards on the return. So here's Hudson in the pistol formation. And they do run behind Keller. And Jorge fights his way down inside the 5. It's going to be stopped. And now it looks like Oak Hill comes out there with the football. Malachi Lewis with the ball.
Wow.
And I'm not sure. We didn't see what happened there, but apparently they stripped it away from.
Oh, my gosh. That is a huge turn of events for Oak Hill. And Malachi Lewis with a huge play for the Devils.
Yep, stripped it away from Jorge as he got inside the 5.
To get that ball back. If we have a replay, I'd love to see that because I was like you. I couldn't quite see what was happening in the pile there, but we just saw Malachi come away with the football.
Yep, he gets it out to the 12-yard line, so Oak Hill will have it 1st and 10 on the 12. Big play.
Huge play.
Yep,
huge
by the Oak Hill
play.
defense.
They really needed that because they had no momentum.
All right, 5-0, 7.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Lewis in the pistol formation. Sends man in motion right to left, heads it off to J.D. Moritz. Moritz fighting, but he's not going to be able to get anywhere as he is brought down. And there's our guy again.
That's
and
Keller.
Keller again on that tackle. He is living up to his billing so far.
Yeah, he's a 2-time state wrestling champion too. And Rob was telling me when you watch tape on him, he's hard to get blocked.
Right.
So if you want to have any success on offense, somebody's got to get a hat on Keller and wall him off. We'll probably see some big collisions between him and JD and some holes tonight.
Yep, I would say. Pick up about 1 for Moritz on that play. Brings up 2nd down and 9. Three men split to the left, 1 to the right. Lewis drops the throw, throws it out into the flat, a little out pattern intended out there.
That was Elijah Gray.
Elijah Gray falls incomplete. Pass was thrown just a little bit behind him, a little bit low.
Yeah, their timing was off a little bit that time. Keller was sneaking out from his middle linebacker position. It looked like to me University was in some type of zone that time. I don't think they were playing man on Oak Hill's receivers. But again, Oak Hill finds himself in a 3rd and 9, and if nothing else, you got to give Malachi a little bit of time.
Yep. He's got to have time to throw, and he may have rushed that one there just a little bit trying to get rid of it because the pressure's been so hot on him.
Yeah.
All right, Oak Hill will take a timeout here, so while they have timeout on the field, we'll take a timeout up here in the booth. You're watching high school football on the New River Network. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back. 3rd down and 9. Oak Hill with the football. Ball resting on the Oak Hill 14-yard line. First quarter of play, University up 5-0. Field goal and a safety. Here's Malachi Lewis rolling to his right. Gives himself some time. He's got a man open, and he completes it.
That was Mikey Spike. And again, Mikey just sat down in that open spot in the zone. Malachi rolled out, did a good job. They gave nice. Again, we talked about adjustments. Coach Marion was seeing we were having trouble protecting him in the pocket. That time he rolled him out, gave him a little extra time, and Mikey found a soft spot in that zone and sat down. Nice play.
Yep, 17-yard pickup gives Oak Hill 1st down. Like you said, roll him out a little bit, give him some time, give those receivers time to get downfield. And, again, maybe that third down magic still rolling for Oak Hill. They pick up the 1st down, got a new set of downs. Got 3 split to the left, 1 to the right. Looking to the left, we'll throw the little wide receiver screen, and it's going to go for positive yards. Ball stripped out. But Oak Hill able to fall back on it and gets it up to about the 40. So Spalding with the reception, and they just jerked it out of his hands, and these guys are going to have to secure that football.
That was a nice job by James Fortney Garbert. He's a 6 foot, 152-pound safety for University, stripping the ball. But that's actually 2 weeks in a row that Oak Hill's fumbled the ball and got positive yardage out of it.
And what helped there, they had the screen set up, so you had some linemen down there, and they were able to recover the football. They were down on the field blocking. on that screen, so that helped them there. Here's the fake to Moritz. They drop it out into the flats.
That was the freshman, Carson Treadway caught that. And I want to – are they saying there's a fumble again? Let me see. No. University kid looked like he was signaling it was their ball. That was a nice job. So they threw the screen out here to Carson Treadway, and Z. Lewis did a really good job of sealing his man and giving Treadway the sideline to get a nice game that time.
Yep. Z. Lewis came up with the football, so there may have been another fumble. I didn't see it, but he came up with the ball. So
can't keep doing that.
No, keep hold of the football. They could drop it on the ground several times here. 1st and 10 now at the 48. Oak Hill's own 48. Here's Lewis, and he gives it to Moritz this time. He's tripped up as he gets up around midfield. Picks up a couple before he's tripped up. Bring up 2nd down and 8.
That's our big defensive end, Malik Lewis. He's 6 foot, 295 pounds, and he will carry the ball on offense. So he is a load.
Big old boy.
He made the tackle that time, but, yeah, he's a big kid. University's got some good size here tonight.
Yep.
And that time they were committing a few more men to the line of scrimmage. So if Oak Hill keeps trying to pop that screen, we'll see if you see some linebackers and safety start scooting up just a little bit.
All right, 2nd down 8.
And here they are. They really are committing a lot more men to the line of scrimmage now.
Yep, and here they come with the pressure. Malachi Lewis steps up, evades pressure, gets over the 50, down to 45 where he slides down after he picks up about 5.
Now, I will say that time Oak Hill gave him better protection.
Yeah, he had time there.
Yeah, he had time. He didn't like what he saw downfield, and he's got the green light to tuck it and run if he doesn't like what he sees downfield. And that puts Oak Hill in the 3rd and very manageable here.
Yep, down to the 45-yard line of University. 3rd down and along 2. Clock winding down, 3:45 to go here in this first quarter. University leads at 5-0 after a field goal and a safety. This time we'll have 2 receivers split to each side. Moritz in the backfield with Lewis. He's going to run behind Moritz. Lewis keeps himself up over the 40, down to the 32-yard line, 33, before he's tripped up. So nice run by Malachi Lewis.
Nice job by Derek Sullivan, come over from his right guard position. He buried the defensive end, gave Malachi a lane to run through. Brandon Champion, nice block on that as well. Good job by the Oak Hill line that time.
Yep, so Malachi gets it down to the 33-yard line. So he picks up about 9, almost 10 on that play. Gives Oak Hill a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from the University 33. 3 receivers split to the right this time. They give it to Moritz over the right side. He's tiptoeing his way through. Finally brought down again by Malik Lewis, the big man there, defensive tackle. But Moritz does get it ahead for positive yards, picks up a couple.
If they want to take a shot, they're lining up Mikey Spike here by himself in that 3-by-1 set, and it looks like he's in man coverage if they want to take a shot, if he thinks he can beat his man.
Right. Picked up 1 on the play. 2nd down and 9 for Oak Hill. Lewis gives it to Moritz this time over the left side. He's got a little room this time. Fighting forward, still dragging tacklers along.
Nice run.
Yep, down close to the 26. So good run by J.D. Moritz. Refused to go down right there. And all you got to do is give him a little bit of momentum forward, and he's going to get you some yards.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've asked J.D. to do that a lot this year. Just keep his legs churning. And, again, you're in a 3rd and very manageable, which opens up the playbook to Coach Marion.
3rd down 3. Maybe a long 2. 1:50 to go. First quarter. Okay, with a nice-looking drive being put together here. Getting the ball on the 26. They got to get down to about the 24. And they throw the screen out to wide receiver. And it looked like Spalding again with the reception. And he's going to get it ahead for a yard. That's going to be it. So this brings up a 4th down and a 1.5 yards.
That was a really nice job by University's interior lineman. That was Anthony Rivera, who came over from his defensive tackle position. Really, really good pursuit to the ball that time. Was able to blow that play up was that Spalding? Before Spalding could really get going.
All right, 4th down, ball on the 25. Need to get to the 20, probably the 23.5 for the first down, maybe the 23. So we'll call it 4th and 2. Here's Lewis with a handoff to Moritz. He's got room. He stops, and now he goes, and he's got room again. Up over the 20, down to the 15. So J.D. Moritz again with a nice run. He tiptoed through there. He got stopped up a little bit, but then took off again.
And again, I want to give some credit here to Derek Sullivan and Brandon Champion. They pulled the backside guard and tackle. Both had really nice blocks on there to spring J.D. So really nice job that time by the Oak Hill line.
All right. Moves the chains again. 1st and 10 Oak Hill. Ball resting on the 15-yard line. Oak Hill with a nice drive going here now. 3 receivers split to the left, 1 to the right. Moritz in the backfield with Malachi Lewis. Malachi takes the snap, looks to his left, now looks down the middle of the field, now tucks it and runs. Down inside the 10, still fighting. And down close to the 5. These guys, you know, Chris, you say what you want about these guys, talent-wise, whatever you want to say. You can tell by the way they run the ball, just the heart they have. Man, they just refuse to go down. They fight for extra yards. They block. They just do everything aggressively. You know, they just no quit in them.
I think Malachi, they were trying to set up a pump and go on that screen that time. The University had it covered up. Malachi wisely, you know what? He looks downfield. I don't see what I want down there. He's just going to tuck it and get good positive yardage.
Yep. All right. That's going to do it for the first quarter of play as Oak Hill on the move down close to the 5-yard line. First quarter comes to a close with University leading it 5-0. We'll return after these brief messages. Stay with us.
Here at Tyree Funeral Home, we strive for comfort, tradition, and excellence. We strive to help each family in their time of need so that no one will be turned away. Offering 2 locations and options for traditional or same-day services. To make it easier on your loved ones, we also offer pre-need planning. I am Jonathan Wood, and I will continue to keep the same tradition that Joe Tyree taught me, the Tyree way.
Welcome back to the New River Network's coverage of high school football. Oak Hill with the football on the University High 5-yard line. 2nd down, short yard to go. They give it to Moritz. Nope, he fakes it to Moritz, keeps it himself. Lewis, and he's fighting again, breaking tackles, and he gets it all the way down inside the 1. So that time we thought Moritz had the football. He faked it to him. He broke a couple of tackles and gets it down close to the goal line to the 1.
The University is really aggressive trying to strip at that ball. Now that can be feast or famine. I mean, actually, we've seen Oak Hill already put the ball on the ground a few times, but if you're constantly trying to strip at the ball and not trying to wrap him up, you'll see some broken tackles.
Yep. And we've seen that both runs by Malachi here, breaking tackles and moving on. I say it's a little J.D. Moritz time right here, though. 1st and goal from inside the 1. And we've said this many times, J.D. Moritz rarely loses yards. They're going to follow him through. Malachi Lewis leaps behind him, and into the end zone he goes for the touchdown. So Oak Hill with an impressive drive come back and take the lead.
And that's not a bad idea. We saw Oak Hill do that a lot last week against Beckley when they were shutting down J.D. All of a sudden they decided to use J.D. as an extra blocker and just let Malachi follow him up in there. So really nice drive by Oak Hill, set up by that huge turnover down here that Malachi came up with.
Yep, that drive started, on the 13?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Here's the point after by Pino. High enough, long enough, and good. And Oak Hill with a nice, impressive 87-yard drive. Eat up all that what was left of the first quarter, part of the second quarter, and they take the lead for the first time tonight, 7-5. So they'll Pino will get set to kick off now and give it back to University again. That was an impressive drive again. Some big 3rd down plays, 4th down plays. It's just what Oak Hill's been doing all year long.
All year long, you're right, and you said it perfectly. Oak Hill's been so resilient all year. I mean, I don't know how many games we've called this year that Oak Hill has come back.
Right.
I mean, it's par for the course for the opponent to score first, and then Oak Hill have to come out, dig themselves out of a hole, but that's a really nice drive. I want to give credit. I meant to do this last week. Jackson Pino with a nice extra point. Last week against Beckley, when you win by 2, those extra points mean something.
That's right.
Jackson Pino and Levi Kiska, and I believe Braden Knight's the long snapper. If I'm wrong, I'll get that right eventually. But nice job by the special teams last week, and a nice job just now as well.
Yep, they've been pretty consistent, Pino has all year. And like you said, those points come in big. Last week they won by 2. All right, so Pino's set to kick it off. We'll see what he decides to do. He pooched the last one. Of course, that was from the 20. First time in the 40, the onside kick, and this time he kicks it away down the middle and goes to, I think it's Keller. Gets it at the 19, moves it all the way up over the 35 to the 36. So, again, I think Oak Hill kind of iffy about what they want to do on these kickoffs. They don't know whether to kick it to the deep guys or give up the field position on the onside kick, and that worked out pretty good right there.
You know what? If you can get it to Keller, now he had a really nice return the last time, but if you can get it to Keller, you might give up some field position. Right. But I don't think he's going to break one consistently on you and be a big play returner.
And, with Oak Hill, when you look at them starting on the 36, they got to feel like they've got them backed up in their own end zone where they usually start from. All right, so they give it to Jorge on the first down. Nice carry out to looks about the 41, so he picks up 5.
Yeah, Mason McMullen in on the tackle from his inside linebacker position. But, a solid game that time for University. And right now we're seeing Malachi stay back at safety. I'm checking to see if they eventually want to put him man on Jackson, but right now they're keeping him back. They are a heavy pass team.
Yep. All right, Hudson back in the shotgun again. He's got Jorge behind him. 3 receivers split out to the left side, 1 to the right. Hudson drops straight back to throw. Pressure comes. Now he steps up. Drops it over into the flat. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver, John Coleman.
Now that time Oak Hill just rushed 3 and they dropped 8. So they were really making Hudson try to scan the field and find an open receiver. And sometimes that's hard to do with 8.
Just a little behind Coleman that time. Probably should have made the catch, but tough catch. So he was sliding down. It went behind him. So it brings up 3rd down now.
So Oak Hill's got their bigger package in on defense. They got their 3 big interior linemen in here on this 3rd and 5.
Hudson gets the play call in from the sideline. Now lines it up. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Jorge in the backfield, drops straight back. Got time going deep. He's got a man open, and it is Kaler, I believe.
Yeah, it was.
Nice catch.
And they don't throw it to him a ton.
No.
That time he was lined up in that H-back and looked like he was lined up with Adam Long in man coverage, and he just got a step on Adam, and a really nice ball that time from Hudson hit him right in stride.
Yep, 36-yard pickup on that pass and catch. Ball down to the 23, 1st down and 10 for University. Same formation as the last time. Hudson drops the throw again. Pump fakes. Now he flushes out to his right. He's looking. Now he takes off with it down the sideline and gets a nice gain before he steps out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, I was looking downfield. Oak Hill was being really aggressive with those receivers. They were really jamming them up down, even beyond the line of scrimmage, which you can do in high school. As long as the ball's not in the air, you can jam them up all the way down the field. And Oak Hill was really being aggressive with University's receivers down the field that time. Maybe that's why Hudson couldn't find anybody open.
Pick up a 5 for Hudson. That'll bring up 2nd down now and 5. Ball on the 18-yard line. Hudson drops the throw again. Flushes out, comes up the middle with it. He's going to keep it himself. And he's over the 15, down to about the 13 before he snowed under there. But I believe he got enough for 1st down. It's going to be awful close to the 1st down. I think it is the 1st down ball right. On the 13, I believe.
But not a bad job that time by Oak Hill. They were able to contain him for a rather short gain.
Yep.
So you'll live with that. Yeah, you don't want to move the sticks, but you'll live with Hudson tucking it because that's really not his game. Hudson wants to stand in the pocket and find receivers. He doesn't want to tuck it and run.
So he actually gets down to the 12, so that'll be 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Keller moves over to the left side now. And the big man you talked about earlier, Lewis, is in the backfield now. 6 foot, 294 pounds. They fake it to him, throw the screen out to Coleman on the left side. He's got blockers, and he's down inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. So a pickup of 8 for Coleman on the screen.
That's a nicely little design play. Like you said, they lined up Keller on the wing over there. They fake the run in the interior, and then they throw the screen, and they got Keller and the other receivers a lead blocker. So that was a nicely designed play by University that time.
8:35 to go here in the first half of play. University knocking on the door again. 2nd down and 2.
Now they have big Malik Lewis, 294-pounder, and if he's running behind Keller, that is a load. That's a lot of beef right there.
Yes, it is. And they are going to give it to him behind Keller, and he plows his way through, and he's still going. And he's down close to the goal line. And they say he was stopped short.
I don't know why you don't do that again.
I don't know.
I would just do that again.
Yep.
Say, here, big guy, go get it.
Go get the touchdown. And University has to be careful here. I saw a lineman come in and try to hit from the back and push him forward. We saw that last week. It's not allowed in high school football. You can't aid the runner like that. And I don't think he needs any help.
He doesn't need any help. I totally agree with you.
He's big enough to
he
move
does okay
all
on his
up.
own.
He can get it that far by himself.
If you see on the screen, number 79 is Big Mason England. He's a right guard. He's 6'4", 365. So we have another monster to deal with here tonight.
Yep. All right. So it looks like the big man might get it again here. And he does. And he plows forward. And
that's almost impossible to stop.
Yeah.
And they're still not – no, you know what? They're still not saying he got in.
And
Luke Hudson is beside himself.
Yeah.
He thought he got in.
Yep, they were adamant that
The refs are still saying he didn't get in. I got to tell you, I mean, from up here, it looked like it was almost impossible for him not to have gotten in.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Well, the ball's marked right on the goal line. I mean, it's 2 inches. He goes under center again. All of them piling up in the middle like he's getting it, and they know it. Now, this time, I believe they did stop him. This time,
they did stop him.
Yep.
Look at Adam Long, among others.
Yep.
They stopped, and they absolutely stuffed him that time.
Yeah, that time I don't think there was any question he didn't make it.
Adam Long, Mikey Spike, just a host of Oak Hill Red Devils. And I tell you what, University's lucky they didn't get called for a penalty because I think that was Jackson who came in and was trying to push him, and you can't do that.
Yep.
So they're very lucky they didn't get a penalty on that.
So he loses a few inches. So it'll be 3rd down now and goal. And again, looks like it's about, I don't know, maybe 1.5 feet.
I love the QB sneak here.
Yeah.
They got Keller back there now. See if Keller gets it.
You may even see a fake here and him roll with it. And they give it to Keller this time, and he is in as he lands in the end zone after jumping over. So that's going to be a touchdown for University. It wasn't easy, but they get it in. And they move back ahead and retake the lead. 11-7. Extra point coming up.
Yeah, nice answer drive that time by the Hogs.
Yep, looks like they might go for 2 here. So keep the offense out on the field, and it does look like they are going to go for 2. They lead at 11-7. We got 2 receivers to each side. Got the big man Lewis in the backfield with Hudson. Jackson in motion. They give him a little shuffle pass ahead to him, and he trots it into the end zone.
Yeah, that's the old Tavon Austin play. WV used to run that little shovel pass as he comes in motion. Nicely designed play.
Ethan Jackson with the 2-point conversion, and that puts University High up 13-7 with 6:20 to go in the first half. Take us a break. We'll come back after these messages. Stay with us.
Here at Tyree Funeral Home, we strive for comfort, tradition, and excellence. We strive to help each family in their time of need so that no one will be turned away. Offering 2 locations and options for traditional or same-day services. To make it easier on your loved ones, we also offer pre-need planning. I am Jonathan Wood, and I will continue to keep the same tradition that Joe Tyree taught me, the Tyree way.
Welcome back. John Coleman set to kick it away for University. And last kickoff, he boomed it in the end zone. This one here, it's going to be all in inside the 10 by Gray, Elijah Gray, and he gets it out to the 25. So Oak Hill will start on their own 25, trailing 13-7.
So the last drive, Greg, Oak Hill was able to make some nice plays through their screen game. They had the nice third down conversion to Mikey Spike, mixed in some QB run, mixed in some runs with J.D. Moritz. So a really balanced drive for the Devils last time.
Yep.
And hopefully they can answer University right here.
All right, here's Lewis in the shotgun, got J.D. Moritz beside him. Two receivers split to either side. They fake it to Moritz. He keeps it himself, but he's going to be dropped, and he's going to lose yardage on that play.
Yeah, University was all over that time. So, again, you want to get some positive yardage here on first down. That's been several times tonight that on first down, Oak Hill's gotten themselves behind the sticks.
Yep.
And if you get yourself in obvious passing situations, now University can maybe dial up some blitzes and be a little more aggressive on their end. So first down's always a key down.
Sure is. Malachi Lewis loses 2. Back to the 24. So we'll see what the Oak Hill offense draws up here. Same formation. Lewis going to throw the quick out, almost intercepted out there